Good afternoon. I hope your day is great. Look at that beautiful blue sky and just think of the greatness of God today. My goodness, He is good. There is a proverb, I think, it's either a proverb or a psalm that um, to have a little wine for your stomach. I think in biblical days, the water wasn't the best and there would be a lot of challenges with um, kind of stomach disorders, and the idea of taking a little wine for your stomach might be like apple cider vinegar or something that people do today or something along that nature. However, just a few short days after Jesus had kind of begun his ministry, maybe a couple days, that he was invited to a wedding with the disciples. And I don't even know what to think about that. These disciples were rough, tough guys, fishermen. They probably weren't the tuxedo kind of guys. Maybe they were, I don't know. But Jesus, along with the disciples, and Jesus' mom was at the wedding, and she comes up to Jesus and says, "Hey, they're out of wine here." And he basically says, what business is that of ours? It's not my time. Mom, I appreciate your input, but whatever. And in his effort to honor his mom, he decided to go ahead and take care of the wine problem. And so he tells the people to fill the um, stone containers full of water and then to take some to the head waiter for him to gauge whether this wine was any good or not. So imagine this. If it was a big wedding and if it was a wedding of somebody of wealth, which I'm guessing it was because it was probably a big wedding and you can't do that for the cheap, particularly in an impoverished culture. And so they ran out of wine. The wealthy person ran out of wine. I would imagine even in today, if somebody was wealthy and having a party and they ran out of wine, it'd be an embarrassing moment. And so here Jesus redeems somebody that's wealthy from the social disgrace of not having enough wine, but also he's pointing out that there's this reality that a party's not a horrible thing. He didn't tell the people just go home because they're out of wine. You guys have been drinking too much anyway. He just said, okay, I'll deal with this. And the amount that he had was pretty substantial. How's it going? And when I did the math, it looks like there was between 3,000 and 4,000 glasses of wine that he created, according to John. I think it's 2:6-ish, or he gives the math of that. So, like all that wine, and when they took it to the head waiter said, "What kind of shenanigans is this? Who brings out the best wine for last?" Nobody does that. And there's a lot I think you can learn from that. I don't know exactly the point of the story, but I can see a variety of different things. Is that I can see that sometimes you want to do the best at the end. You want to finish strong. Or I could see that, you're born spiritually dead, and the best is for last, that you're born again to be spiritually alive. And I can see that life with Jesus is the best. It's not secondary. I can see all kinds of cool things that are in that. And today I would just encourage you to think about God being substantially more than you've ever imagined. And if you're tempted to think less of God, you're probably wrong. Just constantly think that he's more than you ever imagined, and I bet you'll still be short of how great he is. Have a spectacular day. Enjoy this great fall day, and enjoy your life today. See you soon.